this is Chris. Welcome to Vacation Rentals on Wheels.
This is going to be a little short video on the how-to of the 2007 Majestic.
We want to show you a little bit of how things go, just to make your vacation as easy and smooth as possible.
So here we're going to start with a little bit of a walk around, and Danielle's going to open up some compartments. So on the passenger side, we have the propane. So whenever you are ready to come and return back home, this is right where the propane all gets filled up, and also turning it to the righty-tighty is to turn it off, and lefty-loosey is to turn it on. So pretty straightforward on the passenger side. That's where all your propane is. And then in the far back, actually halfway back, we have our water. Basically, you just stick your hose in there, and that's a water full tank. Whenever it's full, the water will then just basically overflow out of there. And then we have our large storage compartment at this side as well, which Danielle's going to open up here so you can see. There's absolutely tons of room in here. So in here on all of our rentals, what we basically include, just so you know, is a barbecue with your utensils and your propane. There is camping mats. We have a 6-foot table, and we also have 5 camping chairs as well. And in here there is a light. And also in here kept is the piece for the awning, which is right down, basically right beside the table. And we're going to do a little how-to on the awning in a little bit, but that is where you will need to open the awning. And basically that's the storage. Oh, also in the back in the garbage bag there is also a hose. So at some dumping stations we have a hose. Basically this is so you can fill your tank up and empty out any of your tanks as well. So there's a complete hose right in the garbage tank. Lots of storage for anything you might need, whether it's coolers, high chairs, playpens, whatever it is you need. Down to the back, we have our trailer hitch for our bike rack and our storage tray, which is available. Also, this black piece is your basically your sensor for backing up. So it, just so you know, it does beep inside at the driver's side as you get really close. And also we have storage here, more storage to get into through the back, where all mats and everything are all kept from there as well. And then on the driver's side, pretty straightforward. That's where your gas is, towards the back. And then also we have our sewage hose, actually our sewage emptying. And I'll show you where the hoses are. This is really straightforward actually, and all you got to do is, we're not going to demonstrate this now, you can actually see how it works on our other video. Pretty straightforward is pop the cap off. Danielle just show us how to pop the cap off. That was just normal water because we just washed it all out. And then on your right side is your black water, on your left side is your gray water. And whenever your hose is hooked up and into the well where it will go, you basically unload the black water first and then the gray water right after, and that way the gray water will clean out the black water out of the hose. From there we go off into where our electrical is as well. In the electrical here, pretty straightforward. We got about a 20-foot cord of electrical. This is a 30 amp outlet. We've also given you connectors to go to 15 amp and also to go up to a 50 amp as well. But just so you know, it is built with a 30 amp outlet. And then go into the very front storage here. This is a cabinet that comes out. There's a couple of little pieces on the side here, and this slides out. So in here is all of your stuff for your hookups, which we're going to go with you in person. Pretty straightforward. This end right here goes on the part attached to the RV, and then you can see this piece right here goes into the sewage hole. Also in here there is some little mini gloves, as well as some more connectors in there for you too in the bag. So that's basically the storage, and that's everything on the driver's side. We're going to show you how to do the awning. Please, whatever you do, don't be too forceful with this. Couple things here on both sides. You got this basically little lever, you got to make sure that it's opened up. So we want to make sure that it is opened up. Make sure that this lever right here is opened up. In behind these levers there's a couple of little knobs as well. We want to make sure that they are opened up as well. Make sure this is done on both sides. This is way easier with 2 people than it is with 1 person. So what we're going to do is basically, Danielle has that the connector that we told you about. So once those are done, we want to come up here, and then at the very top on the right hand side, you can see up there there's a little clamp that says open and closed. You want to grab the lever and make sure it's in the open position. And then you're going to take that lever that Danielle has, and you're going to come and you're going to hook it in here, and you are going to gradually pull it out. And you can just keep on bringing it. It'll keep on clicking out to whichever position that you would like it at. So you'll see the flaps come out. Once that is out, you're going to stop. At that point in time, you're going to come over to these pieces right here. And this piece on both sides, you're going to undo that side on both sides, which Danielle is doing there as well on that side. And then one on this side. And then, don't mind me here, it's a little hard with a video camera. And then you're going to lift this up with one hand on each side, and that will basically lift up the awning. And then you can click them into however you want to click them into. So that's how the awning works. You can, at that point in time, adjust it to whichever way you'd like it. You can have it on a slant, on an angle, depending if it's raining or any of that stuff, so the water to fall off. But when it's up, there's basically how the awning will look, just like that, and then the cord can be basically wrapped up and around the poles. So this right here is the piece that you need to adjust to basically lift it up or to make it lower. Pretty straightforward. Do not force anything. And then whenever we're going to close it, it's pretty easy as well. You want to basically come back out to this piece right up here, and it says open and close, and you want to make sure that that is at the closed position. To come back, basically make sure that these levers right here are open. Danielle's is open on her side, I'm open on my side. We basically want to bring this down into place, right down to the very bottom where it clips in. And then we have this right here. It gets flipped over to closed, and Danielle has she's basically got that, holding onto that. So we flip this down to close.
This happens very quickly.
And it goes very quickly, so make sure that you hold on to it and don't let it get ahead of yourself. Make sure you hold on to that strap, because if not, it'll fly up, and that's the last thing you want to do is have that go flying up, and then it gets broken. Costly air for you. There we go, and that's it. At the end, you want to make sure basically this piece right here is tightened up, the black piece right there. You also want to make sure that this piece right here is in, and also make sure that that piece right down there is in as well. When you're closing it, can you please make sure that these are out, because when this piece basically goes back into place, you need to clip this down in, and this is what holds it in place for while you're traveling. And also make sure that these are all tight. And now we're going to go to the inside of the RV. Pretty straightforward. Basically up top here we've got a double bed, and then in the back we've got the double bed. We've got a washroom, basically toilet and shower, also with a little sink off to the side, storage. Then we've got basically in here, this is a lot smaller, so just so you can see, we've got a fridge and a freezer. Pretty straightforward. And then also over here we've got our sink and our stove. Stove works as a normal gas stove. You need to basically turn your burner on. So turn it on to light and turn the spark one, and then away you go from there. And if it doesn't light, all you need to basically do is just grab a lighter and put it over by that. Also in here as well, you got your microwave and your fan for cooking, and then your normal sink for hot water. Also inside, the most important part is once you walk in the door, up on the wall you have your little computer. So basically test your levels. It's pretty much straightforward. Green is full and red is empty. And then what you have here, just so you can see, is battery. So we got full battery. LP is our propane level. Fresh water, straightforward. Black water is basically right now empty, and our gray water is empty as well. And if you want to make sure you have water in here, you need to turn the water pump on. And for hot water, basically just flip this switch, and you got to make sure your propane is on, because the hot water tank is propane. And when you do turn it on, just right outside the door here, off to the right here is your hot water tank, and you'll hear this going whenever that's on, just so you know. That's pretty much it for the inside.